Did you know one of the most stunning resorts on the Las Vegas Strip was built on the site of an old Vegas icon? But first, hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 1,000 followers. I appreciate it, but once we get to 1,000, one lucky person will win a $50 gift card. With that said, we have to travel back in time 16 years ago so I can give you the history of Aria Resort and Casino. So the year is 2009, and of course these are the three most popular YouTube videos that everyone's talking about: David After Dentist, Susan Boyle's iconic Britain's Got Talent performance, and JK wedding entrance video, which they also made into the Office episode for Jim and Pam's wedding. But we are talking about this because Aria did open in late 2009. This area has become the CityCenter project, which includes Waldorf Astoria, the shops at Crystals, Aria Resort, and Vdara. Just continues to redefine luxury in Vegas because it is a very nice property and it's attached to Park MGM, which I find very cool. Before the stunning Aria Resort and Casino stood tall in the heart of Las Vegas Strip, there was another piece of history here: the Boardwalk Hotel and Casino. The Boardwalk first opened in 1968, originally as a small Holiday Inn style property, and over the years it evolved into a quickly mid-tier casino famous for its Coney Island theme, complete with a giant clown marquee and carnival style decor. And before the Boardwalk Hotel and Casino, this area was the golf course for Dunes. So Dunes is now where Bellagio was, which is pretty much kind of right next to Aria, but in the middle of that is Cosmo. In 2006, the Boardwalk was officially closed and demolished to make way for what would become one of the most ambitious projects in Las Vegas history: CityCenter Las Vegas, a massive $9 billion development. Out of that vision rose the Aria Resort and Casino, opening in December 2009, symbolizing the shift from vintage Vegas to the sleek modern area of luxury mega resorts. Our next walkthrough is obviously here at the Aria Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. So when you're walking on the strip, you have to go up all the stairs, cross all the bridges, so you'll get to where you go to Aria Resort or the City Center. As you make your way over to Aria, you'll see this art sculpture here, which is on the list of the Aria Fine Art Collection, which you can get a brochure when you check in. Just ask for that, and it's kind of like a cool little treasure hunt you can do. It is free, so this one is a typewriter eraser scale X, and it's a legendary piece by Oldenburg and Van Bruggen. The 4-ton, 19-foot stainless steel and fiberglass sculpture depicts a giant blue and red typewriter eraser with the bristles of the brush turned upward in a graceful, dynamic gesture. It is pretty cool. Every time you walk by here, you see it, so it's just kind of like a cool photo opportunity as well. On the left, they do have this cool piece, like a bunch of playing cards on the wall. So outside of this building, the Poker Go Studios. I find that pretty cool every time I'm walking over here. And then also advertisements for Proper Eats Food Hall, which is upstairs at Aria, we'll get to later. So as you can see here, it's kind of like an overview of the whole City Center project. You're kind of just in the middle of it between Aria, Vdara, Crystal Mall shops and all that. So this is where the taxis drop you off sometimes, or the limos and all that. They do have multiple areas inside where you can get a taxi, because we'll get to one that's in the back of the resort where it takes you over to Vdara, but you can actually catch a taxi over there too. So this is more of the front in Aria, and then we'll get to the back of Aria. Now as we're making our way to the front entrance here, on the left you'll see this escalator that goes down. That's where you catch car rentals and the bus lobby. Welcome to Aria Resort and Casino. So that greets you right before you walk in. And then I always like coming over here to the far right doors. They got the motion sensor so you don't have to touch the handles. Once you walk inside, you'll be greeted with this cool sculpture. Sometimes I'll see different tickets in there, ticket vouchers when you get the tickets from playing the slot machines. If they just change a little bit, instead of throwing real change, people will just throw their tickets inside. On the left is a whole poker tournament area. So remember, like those cards we saw as we were walking outside, they are popular for doing a lot of poker tournaments here at Aria. Just more of an overview shot of the casino. Let me guys know in the comments, if you play here, do you do pretty well, or how does it fare to you? Now we're making our way upstairs where the Proper Eats food hall is, but also on the sign you have Bardot Brasserie, Proper Eats, of course, Filosa, Jean George's Steakhouse, Spa Salon Fitness Center, Convention Center straight ahead, Carbone, Starbucks, and the pool. So that's all upstairs, so let's get exploring. During the time I was here, which was in the middle of October, they did have this convention going on, Welcome to Connect 2025. So I never really paid attention up here because I've been to Aria a lot. I never really paid attention to like what all the upstairs has to offer. I knew the convention center was up here in different areas, but doing these different walkthroughs, I'll get to see more because I want to kind of try to provide a whole walkthrough of the whole resort. There is another Starbucks up here, so if you guys didn't know that, I actually didn't know that because I never like really walked up here before. Anytime I did come upstairs, just went to the Proper Eats food hall. So they do have two Starbuckses apparently up here, one by the convention center, and then we'll get to the other one by the other escalators going down. You got Salt and Ivy, which is a restaurant you can eat at. So it's pretty cool. If you guys have resort credit, that is one of the ones you can use it at. You know, if you book a room through MGM Rewards, you'll get resort credit and then just charge it to your room and it'll come off at the end of your stay. And the Proper Eats food hall. Let me guys know in the comments, what's your favorite place to eat at in here? So as you can see right here where it says Sun Life Organics, it used to be Easy's Donuts, and you can see on the right they do have the Speakeasy still. That was part of that. They just moved the donut and the coffee shop over to the right a little bit, and it's a smaller space because this bigger space is Sun Life Organics. So as you can see right here it says coffee and donuts, so it's still part of that, but it's just a smaller space now. Usually adding new things in here in the Proper Food Hall. I believe the last new thing they added was called Parm, famous Italian. They have cannolis, mozzarella sticks, you know, a whole bunch of different Italian foods as well. But again, like I said in the beginning, comment below what your favorite place in here to get food from. Now we're getting into some different shops up here. So remember how I said there was two different Starbucks? So this one's kind of in the back by the pool area, and how you get back downstairs to the escalator going out to Vdara. Gift shop up here, one of those essential places that are in every hotel here in Vegas. I like this. You can't just look down. It's more of an overview shot of the back entrance here, so you can see that gift shop on the left with also merchandise. I like that one's pretty cool. There's a Buddha sculpture. There's that rocket sculpture on the left with the different numbers. And that's a big glass job here at Aria. So this did open in 2009, but it looks very luxurious. It looks very fancy and modern. So they have kept it clean all this time, which I give them props for. I have stayed here once. I didn't do a room tour because I stayed here before I was kind of filming all this for my channel lately, but it was nice. More clothing shops upstairs. This is part of the same store that's downstairs that also has the gift shop, so it's multi-level. Let's go back downstairs. That's how you get to the casino. You keep walking straight, but we're going to keep exploring in this area. So I do like this thing. It's by Tatsu Mayujima, so it's part of that fine art collection. So why it has all these different numbers like LED lights and everything. So if you read it, in his works, the digit counters flashing in continual and repetitious cycles between 1 and 9. So yeah, so if you ever paid attention, you'll only see numbers 1 through 9 on this sculpture. I've always wondered that, and I never actually read this before, so that was pretty cool. Now we got a different sculpture here, this Buddha sculpture. Kind of like the thing in front, the front entrance of Aria. There's just another one that you can put your tickets in or change in if you want. Now, have you guys ever take the escalator downstairs here by the Jewel nightclub, North Valet pickup, Uber? So let's see what that's about. My first time down here, I do like this wall. Kind of looks like water's flowing down, but I do think that might be my camera as well, but there is water flowing down, as you can see once we get to the bottom here. This is where the Jewel nightclub is. I'm not sure how popular it is, but it's still there, so it's got to be doing some sort of business. Now we're making our way back upstairs. And we're going outside. So this is another spot where you can get the taxi right here. And then also if you go to the right and walk the whole walkway, it gets you over to Vdara, that building that's straight ahead. So let's go over there now. All these canoes, they're a part of that fine art collection as well, so let's read what they're about. This is by Nancy Rubens. It's called Big Edge. So it's considered one of the most visually stunning commissions at CityCenter. Rubens' work of art at CityCenter is a colorful composition of numerous aluminum rowboats, canoes, and other small river and ocean vessels, finessed into an eye-catching, gravity-defying form the artist calls a blooming flower. Now, I do like the Vdara. I've stayed here plenty of times in the past. I'll put some pictures up of what they look like on the website, but I didn't film them when I was staying here because I wasn't doing my YouTube channel yet, so that's why I just have to include pictures. But I will do it in the future because I did like it. It's very clean, it's very tucked back in here. And fun fact, you can get to the Bellagio and Cosmopolitan from inside of Vdara without going outside. And if you just walk straight here, that's what it says. So if you keep going straight, you'll get to Bellagio, and if you go inside through those sliding doors and curve to the right, you'll get to Cosmopolitan. But now let's make our way back over to Aria. So this is the hotel lobby. You'll have a bar on the left. You have this market cafe and little gift shop on the right. And then that big open area that you can see past the market cafe, that's how you get to your rooms. That's the elevator. And then the second open area is the hotel lobby. So let me guys know, have you ever stayed at Vdara, or did you even know it existed? Now we're back inside of Aria. Gonna do more of the walkthrough for you guys, more of the casino part. Now this area on the left right here, this glass case display, they're always changing because when I stayed here like in April for Easter, it's been decorated for that. And then in January, they're always changing this out as well to match the different Lunar New Year's, whatever it is for that year. So you got guest elevators to your left, the VIP lounge to your left, Din Tai Fung restaurant on your left, how you get to the Bellagio, the tram, and then straight ahead is Javier's, which is a Mexican restaurant, the main valet, Self Park, and the hotel lobby, all straight ahead. So this is Javier's. Let me guys know, have you ever ate here? Also, it is pricey because the last time I checked, it was $16 just for guacamole. So that better be the best guacamole ever. There's a nice bar on the right if you just want to sit down, play some slots, and watch some TV. And then get to this other sign, got the main valet taxi, Self Park, and tram to your left, that MGM Sportsbook, Convention Center, and the Promenade restaurants to your right. So that's saying I get to the upstairs where the Proper Eats food hall was. Then if you come over here, another sign which tells you how to get to the second level, everything up there, which we already went through, but as you can see here, Starbucks, Salt and Ivy Cafe, Velosa, so I'm not going to say everything because the same thing was said when we went up the escalator. Here's the high limit slot room on your right. Got the cashier to your left. And then you got Alibi, which is a nice cocktail lounge on your right. Then here's another sign. We got North Valet, Uber, Vdara, Din Tai Fun, and Catch, which is straight and then to your left as well. And then Javier's Hotel Lobby, Elevators, and MGM Rewards Desk to your right. That is if you're over here by the cashier and Alibi Cocktail Lounge. You have the Aria Patisserie right here. So they have really good macaroons. My favorite ones are here and then the ones at Venetian. So I do like that, but it is kind of confusing because there's like the patisserie and gelato, there's coffee. So there's a lot of things over here and the lines can get confusing at sometimes. So let's keep going straight, making our way around over here. So more advertisements of different things inside the hotel right here on your left. And then once you're walking straight, you'll see this other sign. So you got the Din Tai Fun restaurant, restrooms, hotel lobby, VIP lounge, and Catch. So all this way, if you guys are just walking with me, is how you get to the hotel lobby. I do like the hotel lobby because they're always changing it out in here. So as you can see right there, there's Catch, more like a sushi and seafood restaurant. And then when you're in the hotel lobby, if you ever paid attention to that sculpture that looks like this big gold line that's waving through the glass, that is another thing, part of the Aria Fine Art Collection called the Silver River. It is a cast reclaimed silver, 84 feet long, approximately 3,700 pounds. Perched high above Aria's reception desk against a panoramic window, inspired by the boundaries and topography of the Colorado River as it carves the desert landscape of the United States. So if you guys never paid attention before, that is what that is. If you're checking into Aria, you will see that. And they're always decorating this area too in their hotel lobby, so this is what it looks like now for October. More of an overview shot of the hotel lobby. It's not that crowded. This was kind of in the middle of October, so it's just hit or miss. You know, Vegas, that's all it is. Anytime you travel, it could be really crowded because you never know what's going on, or it could be really dead. So as we make our way out of the hotel lobby, going this way, you'll see more signs for the Convention Center, Jewel Nightclub, Main Valet Taxi, Elevators, North Valet, Vdara, Sky Suites, and Uber. Back over here by Javier's on the left, so we're just kind of making our way around the whole casino again. As you can see, here's another sign that tells you different things. There's the bar again on your right, so it kind of just made like a big loop. So remember, like how I usually try to do with my walkthroughs, if I can do it right, we'll start in one area and then try to do a whole walkthrough, and then we'll try to end going out the way we first came in. So here's another sign. The last sign you'll see if you're leaving the Aria from the front entrance. Got your restrooms on the left, Main Valet Taxi straight ahead, self-park and tram to the right and up the escalator. Park MGM, same thing. Dolby Live, which is part of Park MGM, T-Mobile Arena, which is outside by Park MGM and New York, New York. That's all up those escalators, as you can see straight ahead. So as we make our way up here, like I said, that's how you get over to Park MGM. There's different trams and everything, so it's pretty cool. And the self-park. Now, if you are staying at Vdara, you do have to park in the Aria self-parking lot. Now, it is kind of a far walk because you have to lug all your luggage around with you through the whole Aria casino because Vdara doesn't have their own separate parking garage. This display has been here for a while, part of the Din Tai Fun restaurant, so I always find it kind of funny. I usually like taking a picture of that. Then you'll see that sign right there. If you keep going this way past that display, you'll get to Park MGM if you go down those escalators. That's how you get over to the tram, which can take you to Bellagio, Vdara, Crystal Mall shops. Oh, well, that actually makes more sense because why walk all your stuff throughout the whole Aria casino like I've actually done before because I never paid attention. So if you take that tram over here to Vdara, Crystal Mall shops, and Bellagio, it'll actually take you over to the cut through on how you get to Bellagio from Vdara. So when you come out over there, you're in the walkway area to go to Bellagio, but then you can also get to the Vdara. You just go down that long hallway like we saw earlier. It takes you to Bellagio and Cosmo, so you're already in the Vdara instead of walking all your stuff throughout the whole Aria Casino. Now let's make our way down the escalator, and that takes you to Park MGM. So I do like how they have different connections with a lot of different hotels, like here. So Aria Park MGM you can get to without going outside. If you're at the Vdara, you can get to Bellagio Cosmopolitan without going outside. If you're at Excalibur, Luxor, Mandalay Bay, you can get to all three of them without going outside. So I do like places like that. Also Paris and Horseshoe, same thing. So if you guys ever stay in all those ones, I mean, I'm sure there's others, but that's just the only ones I know of right now. So with that said, we're just making our way over to Park MGM. So you kind of can just continue the walkthrough. So just click below in the description for the Park MGM walkthrough and you'll see that. I appreciate it. This has been the walkthrough of Aria Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas for October 2025. Hit that subscribe button. We need 1,000 followers to do our next giveaway, and until next time.